Hi, my name is Fernando Moreno. I'm the Leadership Development Coordinator for Building Incorporated, and I'm one of the community ambassadors for the One Chicago, One Nation, One Chicago, One Nation.
Hi, even though you can't see me, my name is Anthony Aguilera, and we're going to be documenting these meetings as they go along, posting them up on Bridge Builders, so that in case anything happens to me, we have a record of everything going on, and instructions for other fellow community ambassadors. So, Fernando, tell me what sort of issues do you have within your area? What would you consider the most important issue in terms of establishing peace and retraining your contingency?
One of the there's a lot of issues, but one of the main issues is basically the youth, right? The interactions between youth and adults. Many times, like adults think that youth are just rebels and are doing bad things without actually understanding why they're doing what they're doing. And it's easier to actually blame somebody and blame the problems than to actually find the cause or the roots of what they're doing. So, for example, we have a lot of tagging, right? So a lot of adults, are complaining about the tagging. A lot of community businesses are complaining about the tagging, but they're not willing to take a stand and give a chance to these artists to actually develop their art form in a positive manner.
All
So
right, well, let me take that one right away because I had worked with, before the mural contest had been ended and all murals outlawed, I had worked with Constance Bortel and a bunch of people in that last contest. You know how the CTA used to sponsor a contest of murals and stuff? And one of the first things that's the best thing to do, okay, is in your inner dialogue with these two groups, is say, hey, you can't see it as just tagging, okay, because that's not what they want to do. You have an artist here, just like that beautiful mural behind you, okay? Any one of these kids is capable of creating that art in murals.
Yeah, actually, this mural was created by those youth. So it's like basically what Bill did is like we went out and some of our core group members, which are young people that do tag, we told them it's like, look, in here you run the risk of getting involved with police, kind of arresting you for doing that because that's illegal. So why don't you do it in another way in which you can in a place where you can actually portray your skills and don't get in trouble. So we got them to come here, and this mural is what happened. And basically, we're gonna be doing more things, and we have them developing banners for the summer program at Bill, for other organizations as well, and for some for youth groups here at Bill. So yeah, it's just a matter of giving them the opportunity to, I guess, to develop their skills in a positive way.
Right, exactly. Let me give you an ideal example. Casper and Design, who are now big names in New York, were at one time what we call taggers. I personally, I don't like that tag because they're not taggers. They're muralists. People say, "Oh no, they're just graffiti artists." They're not. Okay, and so what they did was they started to interact with those business persons and those areas, and basically do the mural for the business. Say, okay, let me do a mural for your business. So you'll attract a younger crowd, And these kids are more than willing to do that because part of the key in all this is to offer them the alternative, offer them a way to work with each other as opposed to against each other. Because if they take the time, sit down, they can figure that kind of thing out. And then instead of having a problem, they'll have some of the most unique advertising they've ever had. And they'll attract the local youth. And as you and I both know, is that once word gets around, you know, then all of a sudden they become a friendly as opposed to, you know, some kind of a hostile situation. See, so that's something that part of what we need to recognize as community leaders and community workers is that every one of these kids, whether it's in mural, whether it's in photography, digital filmmaking, what have you, there's an artist, okay, that needs to be reached and needs to be told that, hey, you can do this, and talking to the businessman saying, hey, this could really solve a lot of your problems, you know. It doesn't have to be, you know, as big and beautiful as this mural here. It could be smaller or what have you, but it's the same thing. Why put up a conventional sign when you can put something that's kind of hip, you know, kind of bridges the gap in between. One of the other big things is, and this I want to mention for sure so that everybody understands, is so many of the youth do what they do because they have nothing better to do. You know, they are acting out, or however you want to put it, because they don't have any alternatives. You know, they're in Humboldt Park, they're in Inglewood, there or whatever, you know, and temperature goes up, everybody's temperature goes up, you know, and so there's no reason for them to get aggravated or aggravating. Now, people say, well, you know, that's all well and good, but what about jobs? They need jobs, all right? One of the sites you need to write down is freegeek.org. Okay, this is a place that's over on Diversity, and basically they take in old computers and they rebuild them, right? So anybody who wants a computer can earn one for free, okay? Because what they offer is, if you come in and volunteer some time, whether it's sweeping or what have you, you can work towards owning a computer. And so you put in some time and you can get either a personal computer or even a laptop, okay? And at the same time, you say, well, yeah, a lot of them want computers, but they don't have the technical skills. Guess what? I mean, that's all part of it as well. If they want to, in their volunteer status, and they say, well, I'd like to learn more about computers, I'd like to learn how to build a computer, you know, I want to know more about the technology, the boys and girls at Free Geek are standing by. They're going to more than welcome anybody you send them, okay? They're just going to be thrilled that they have additional help. And for everybody else who's got an old computer and they're just going to throw it out or whatever, hey, stop. Take that old computer over to Free Geek and donate it, you know, instead of throwing it in the trash, and say, here's a computer for you. And here's 10 youth from my organization who'd like to learn about that kind of a thing. Okay? Another good idea is to be able to offer some sort of a filmmaking class, some sort of a photography class, or what have you. And in that application, okay, somebody like me